Hey guys, it's Jessica Hayes. So last week I did a look super similar to this that was inspired by the babe Ceres. I'm not 100% sure how to say her name, but she is a babe that I've been following on Instagram for a long time. And everyone's like, tutorial, quick tutorial please. There's nothing ever quick about making a tutorial, trust me. So I did that look and then I filmed it with the sound off. So here I am again, refilming this look. So this is the third time in a week that I've done a cut crease. Ain't nobody got time for that. So anyways, third time's a charm, and I think by this time I've kind of along the way changed and perfected things as I've gone. So if you would like to see how to recreate this grungy glittery cut creasy eye, keep watching. Alright, so it's kind of a good thing that I've done this look 3 times now. I've actually along the way just figured out better things that I could have done. So last time I just used straight up shadow to create the cut crease, but I'm actually going to try with eyeliner this time. So I'm just going to be taking the Skully lip liner from Kat Von D, which is one of my favorite black eyeliners as well. And I'm just running this along a Smith 304 brush. So looking straight ahead at yourself in the mirror, you're just going to form the line of the cut crease, and I'm going to do mine a little or a lot above my crease line because my eyes are slightly starting to get hooded. Yay! I'm just going to lightly sketch this out. Doesn't have to be too perfect yet. Don't worry about it being messy underneath the line because we're going to go over and fix that up. So for this I'm going to be using the Melt Rust Stack. You can pretty much just use any color. Like you could definitely use the Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette. The first time I used the Kat Von D Mini Metal Matte palette. So I'm going to grab the Melt Cosmetics Rot color on the tip of this OCC brush, and I'm just going to start patting that over the black line. Next I'm going to grab my Kat Von D eye brush and just on the point grab this color Antique from Melt, and I'm going to use that just to blend that dark line. And this is going to kind of start the blending process. Definitely adding the liner down first is allowing that line to stay nice and true to color, because the first few times that I did it with just shadow, I'd go back over and blend, and I'd pretty much blend that depth of color away. The only thing with putting liner down first though is that you will have your colors grab to that liner, so you have to keep that in mind. So this isn't blending quite as well as the first few times that I did it. I'm going to use a little bit of this color Rubbish on the very tip of that brush and just kind of use that as a transition between the brown and the orange. If you take away any of the depth of that dark brown, you can always just go back over and layer it on top. I have misplaced one of my all-time favorite blending brushes. It's the 185 brush from Cosette. It's like a tiny little brush like this, but a blending brush. So that absolutely would have come in handy for this eye look. So if you have a super tiny blending brush, use it for this step, but make sure it's small, otherwise it will just blend everything all over the place. Next I'm going to take these 2 colors, Antique and Classic from the Melt Rust Stack, and then this little fluffy brush from Furless. This is PPMI brush. I'm just going to mix the 2 colors together and then blend out this blend. So after you've gone back and forth a few times and blended that out and made it as dark as you want along the bottom, I'm going to grab my secret weapon. This is the e.l.f. makeup remover pen. Don't judge how dirty it is because it gets a lot of use. So I'm just going to kind of clean it off on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to use this to run along the underside of this cut crease, and it's going to do exactly what it says it's going to do. It's going to remove the makeup from under there. And then I'm just going to grab this little e.l.f. flat shading brush and the color Classic, and I'm going to pat that all over the lid. Next I'm going to take my favorite black waterline liner This is Basket Case from Kat Von D, which will be coming out soon. It is limited edition though, so if you buy it, grab 2 because you're going to be sad when it's gone. So I just scribbled it along my lower lash line, and I'm just going to use this Cosette pencil brush just to buff and blend it out. Then I'm going to take this fluffy brush from Cosette and buff out the bottom, make sure there's no lines. Now back to the layering process. I'm going to start with Rot and the pencil brush, and I'm just going to pat that closest to the lash line. I'm going to grab my favorite color and pretty much the reason why I bought this stack of rubbish, Cosette 220 brush, and just buff underneath. Any bits that become too sharp, you can just kind of dab out with your beauty blender just a little bit, just right in here. You don't want it to be too big. I like it just to taper a little bit into the tear duct even more. And this is the Linda Hallberg sponge. We're going to build up some depth in the bridge of the eye. I'm going to take a Rot and the pencil brush and just start smushing it into the bridge of the eye. You don't have to worry about this part being too perfect because we're going to be covering it up with glitter. I'm going to be taking this color Rust with my Marc Jacobs the crease brush and just blending that out a bit. A little bit of Antique and blend it out even more. Now for the fun part, the glitter. I'm going to be taking the LASplash Til Midnight Glitter Elixir. I'm just going to grab a bit of that on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to be grabbing just a cheapy brush. This one's from BH Cosmetics. I'm just going to tap that glitter elixir into the inner bridge of the eye. While I'm waiting for that to get a little bit tacky, I'm going to grab this most incredible glitter. This is Scarab from OCC. This glitter almost has like a yellowy red green reflect. And I'm just going to tap that right onto the inner bridge of the eye. Wherever you lay your brush first, the most product's going to be. So we're going to pop that right into the inner bridge and then just kind of tap around it so that the glitter is spread out sporadically. So it kind of changes in density from really strong to spreading out a little bit. Using the same brush, I'm going to go ahead and pop that on the inner tier of the eye as well, and just down the tear trough just a little bit. So as I'm getting to the outer edges, I'm just kind of tapping whatever's left on the brush just randomly so it's not so stop-start glitter. I'm going to take the glitter kind of to about the pupil there underneath. And just keep layering the glitter wherever you think you need it. So for the outer edges of the glitter, I'm going to take this Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy Heavy Metal Glitter Liner, which is incredible, by the way. And then I'm just going to kind of sporadically dot around the edges, just because this glitter is a little bit lighter. It's almost like a goldy skin color glitter. In order for it to diffuse kind of into the skin, we're going to add a light glitter just along the edges of it. So I'm just going to randomly tap this along the outside of what we've already done. Pretty sure every time I've done this look it's gotten bigger. Not super happy with it, how far out I've accidentally done it here. So I'm just going to wait for it to dry and I'm going to flick it off with a spoolie. I think this actually looks pretty cool with no lashes if you're going for a little more of an editorial look. But I want to feel human today, so I'm going to put a shitload of mascara on my lashes. So I'm just going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. And use that spoolie now that it's dry and just kind of flick any bits that got a little too far away. You can always use a spoolie to clean up any glitter fallout on the face as well, but if you have sticky tape that works really good too. I'm just going to kind of go back and re-zhuzh my face with a little of the Illamasqua Skin Based Foundation. I almost forgot this step. This is the LASplash Fool's Gold Liquid Liner, and I'm just kind of using that to run along the cut crease just to blend all of the glitter into each other. This is almost a similar color to Scarab if it was in a liquid liner formula too. So now that the eyes are all finished, let's do some lips. This time I'm going to use Limecrime BloodMoon. I want just like a really deep, rich burgundy color with it. Previously I have worn OCC Gilded with a little bit of like a red buffed into the center of it. That was really pretty. I also wore a really dark green with it, and that looked super cool as well. Because the glitters have so many kind of reflex in it, you can get away with a lot of colors. A really dark chocolate brown would look really good too. Just gonna clean off my nose ring with micellar water because I know it drives my friend crazy. This one's for you, Ashley. So there we go, guys. Finally a gothy, grungy, kind of Christmassy look. I was planning to do another anti-holiday look for you guys this year. I guess this could kind of fall into that category. So even though it was a total pain in my butt to have done this look 3 times, like that's the most I've done a cut crease in the whole year, it was good because it did teach me some little things that I could have done better the next time. And finally I feel like I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. The first time I did it, I used the Kat Von D Metal Matte, most of the matte colors in it, and then the last 2 times I've used the Melt Rust Stack. You could definitely use any of the colors in the Shade and Light Eye palette as well. I think this could look really cool with the Limecrime Venus palette. You're definitely not limited to what colors you could choose with this as well. I just have been using the Scarab Glitter over and over because I think that's such a good feature for this look. It's such a cool glitter color that it's got all of those different reflex in it as well. But I almost did it with the color Slate from OCC, which is a really dark charcoal gray. I think this would look really cool with more of a black and gray cut crease, some dark charcoal glitter in the middle, and then just kind of scatter it out to a lighter silver as well. That would look really sweet too. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. This will be my last for 2017, and I just wanted to say a huge thank you to you guys for keeping me inspired, keeping me going on this. I love the YouTube makeup game, but I am also so busy with all of my jobs, so I appreciate your support even though I can't get as many videos up as I used to be able to. So I hope you guys all have a really cool and super safe holiday season, and I will see you guys all in 2018.